Powell, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is Dan W. Make sure you're all following me on Instagram. Now, reviews of this brand new Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel Legends wave continue with the Titus Build-A-Figure wave, and in front of me right now we have Darkhawk, or Masters of the Mind as it says in the box. And as you can see, there he is in packaging. He also comes with the Build-A-Figure head for Titus, which looks pretty good to be fair now I've got it in person. On the side we get a picture of Vance Astro because he shares the back packaging with him, and they are called Masters of the Mind. With incredible powers of both body and mind, these heroes prepare for any intergalactic mission. As we can see, he also comes with a list of all the figures in this wave we need to complete the Titus Build-A-Figure. Today, as I said, we're reviewing Darkhawk. Then you see the Darkhawk picture on the side, and then there he is. So yeah, look forward to opening this guy. Don't know much about the character, so let's learn together. Let's open him up. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Darkhawk. Now, I always give you my first impressions when I take these guys out of the box, and to be honest, my expectations were low for this guy because I didn't know much about him as a character, and I wasn't excited to open him. But now I've got him out of the box, I really like him, and I love figures that make me want to go and do research about this character, and this figure actually does that. It's a really good figure. I really like the wingspan. It's a clean paint job, no paint defects from what I can see. So yeah, first impressions is I'm impressed. I like it. So let me talk about him in a second. Let me just mention to you that we get this Build-A-Figure piece for the Titus Build-A-Figure. So we get the head. Let me just zoom in and hopefully it will focus for me. There we go. So that is the Titus head, and I'm impressed with the details on this as well. After doing my recent Nova review, I got to learn a little bit more about the Titus character and see some more pictures and whatnot in the comics, and it is a very comic accurate version of this sort of space tiger, if you will, who joined the Shi'ar and risen through their ranks after leaving the supernovas. And to be fair, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep this Build-A-Figure or not, but after learning more about the character and seeing these Build-A-Figures pieces take form, I'm looking forward to building him. So yeah, stay tuned until I review the rest of the wave, and I will review him last. But yeah, looking good. But today is not about Titus. Today is about this guy. Zoom out. Today is about Darkhawk. Now, as I was mentioning, really like the wingspan, and this is on a standard bookie cap body, so I'm not going to go over crazy amounts of detail in articulation, but what I will say is that the wings do not hinder articulation at all. You can basically get them into any pose that you would have wanted for a bookie cap body, even the double jointed elbows, if I show you real quick. And then they overlap there, you see, so you can still get his arm nice and straight, you don't get stuck. And it's quite like it's not like a loose plastic, but it's not like stiff, but it's not soft. It's like in between. So like they're flexible, but they won't stay if you bend them. Like this one seems a little bit more warped from the box, but I'm sure if I get some heat to that, or hair dryer or hot water trick, I can get that straightened out. But they do look really good, to be fair, these wings, and his gauntlets as well. This one's got like these sort of Wolverine style claws, but they're not Wolverine claws. These are more flexible. Again, I don't know. They're definitely something to do with the Darkhawk's armor that he's wearing. There's his amulet in the middle that actually grants him power to this Darkhawk armor, which is actually alien tech. There's his helmet, and yeah, it's a clean figure. I don't see any paint defects. I like the sort of metallic blue. The wings are good. I could definitely see customizers maybe using these wings for maybe a comic version Sam Wilson Falcon, or you could even customize these wings for the more recent Captain America Sam Wilson that we got in the free pack. But even these shoulder pads there, you can see are flexible, so they don't hinder the articulation. And yeah, really like the figure. As I said, wasn't expecting much from the guy, but once I opened him up, he looked really cool, and they look really good on some flight stands as well. So, but if you don't know much about this guy, let me try my best to explain to you who is Darkhawk. This is the part of the video where we ask the question, who is he? And I try and give you a little bit of information on the character that these figures are inspired by. So, Darkhawk, who is he? Well, he first appeared back in March of 1991 in Darkhawk issue 1 for his own ongoing series. Real name, Christopher Powell from New York. Now, as a teenager, Chris followed his policeman father to an amusement park where he saw him take a bribe from a mob boss. This is also where he found this alien amulet that granted him access to this Darkhawk armor and these special abilities. Now, when his father realized Chris saw him, he disappeared, and ever since then, he swore to use his Darkhawk armor and his special abilities as an edge against crime. Now, being from New York, Darkhawk shares a lot of the same villains as Spider-Man, so if you like that rogues gallery, go back and read some Darkhawk comics. There you go, so I hope that helped explain the character a little bit more. Again, I do not claim to be an expert, but it is nice to have a little bit of information on the character that this figure is inspired by. Now, for comparisons, as I mentioned, he is from New York, so he's come across Spider-Man a few times, and he's even fighted, is that a word? It is now. He's come across the Hobgoblin, so here's just some figure comparisons. As you can see, standard Bucky Cat body, so he's about the same height as them all. As a fun little Easter egg, I thought I'd show you a comparison with Spider-Woman here, because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they might have had a relationship in the comics. If not, then they're definitely good friends in the comics. So yeah, here's just a comparison with a female figure. As you can see, stands at just a little bit higher. And to finish, here's Darkhawk compared to the rest of the figures I've already reviewed from this wave, including Drax, Star-Lord, Nova and Yondu. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. I was pleasantly surprised with this figure, so I'm glad that I now have it in my collection. I hope you learned a little bit about the character. As always, my name has been Dan W. Check out my channel for reviews of these guys and the rest of the wave to come. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one.